New numbers just landed. Ohio Valley's short 60,000 workers. Unemployment sitting at 3.7%. That's not a shortage. That's the ceiling. Ceiling. Every hand I trained 20 years back is running his own crew now. Everybody's fishing the same pond, Randy. That pond's dry. That's the business problem. Every roof job I bid now is a labor bid first. Price comes second. Can't staff it, can't win it. We're not just fighting each other anymore. It's manufacturing, data centers, and that Intel Ohio ramp coming in 2027. Same labor pool, more mouths. Guess I trained you too well. You're stealing my own guys now. Only learn from the best, old man.
So the Ohio Valley chapter of Associated Builders and Contractors published a workforce report putting the regional construction shortage 60,000 workers against a 3.7% trade unemployment rate right there in your backyard of Ohio. John Kiesel, what's this all about?
I think it's a continuation of, 40 years ago when I started in the industry, we always had a hard time finding people that had competency, drive, desire to be a contributing member to a crew. That was a problem. And I suggest now we have a crisis, and it's going to compound itself because we're gonna put the roofs on one way or the other, and it comes down to with what type of quality, with what type of competency when we move people onto projects that we're feeling a little bit of desperation to fill that gap.
So I just want to pause and wrap my head around this for a moment. So I'm new to the industry. 60,000 workers short. So am I kind of interpreting this right, Kiesel? You put a bid in on a project, and I'm going to kind of put some humor into this. Are we keeping our fingers crossed that if we get the bid, we can find workers for the project?
Well, that's the process that we live in every single day. We can bid millions and millions and literally millions of dollars of work, not knowing which ones we're going to be successful on. We try to be successful on all of them. And you just take this natural attrition that, we're going to get maybe 20% of the jobs we bid, or maybe 30, or maybe 10. And you kind of build your staff around that. But there's always a risk of getting a tremendous amount of work and figuring out how to do it, or not getting any. So we live in a reactionary industry before we even get the job.
Like 60,000 people, and you've been in the industry for 40 years. I got to think this number has probably not changed very much. There's always been, is it fair for me to say, always been a shortage?
I think there's always been a shortage. There's always been a competition when it comes to retaining people. I think that we're doing better jobs at retaining people. We don't have quite as many active jumpers and moving around for $1 an hour. I do see the concept that a lot of people are digging into just to start their own subcontracting business, and build a crew and start putting roofs on. That definitely seems to be happening.
Yeah. Hey, Randy, Hector, what's up next? See, SRS didn't buy another roofing distributor. They bought the mechanical guys. Yeah, that is one. That's the tell. I think that's the tell where the commercial re-roof P&L is heading. Randy, Hector, what's this all about?
SRS Distribution just bought Lowe Miller. Now they're selling us roofing and mechanical, one shop. One shop's fine till there's one price. That's a monopoly on comfort systems and roofs both. Or one estimate covers both trades. Faster bid, fewer change orders. That's real margin, Hector.
Margin today. Then Home Depot decides who gets material first when supply's tight. I've lived that before. Cute. Just don't let them price the comfort systems like they price shingles.
Relax, old friend. It's roofing and mechanical under one roof.
John, SRS's CEO framed the deal as expanding the platform's ability to serve residential and commercial contractors under one roof. SRS owned by Home Depot. John, comments on this story?
Yeah, I think we've taken that home goods scenario from, you went to a hardware store, you talked to Sam behind the counter, he told you all about the widget you're trying to buy and could guide you to the shelf and the component you need. Now you see massive amounts of products under one roof, and people are doing their own research. They're getting their own pieces of components, relying less on that Sam hardware store experience, and the commercial industry is probably moving in that same direction. So it comes down to the click buy, and I think we're going to get into that in the commercial space. So SRS is preparing to move a lot of pieces and parts when it comes to a building, and control that destination when it comes to distribution and transportation.
It's clear to me as I keep learning about the industry, it continues to get more vertically integrated, doesn't it, John? Like the one-stop shop, right? Is that a fair assumption of mine to make as well?
Yeah, I look at the pieces, the moving pieces. I definitely see this one-stop shop, and
Yeah.
the change and the process is going to evolve. Target stores 20 years ago, our guest Greg Hain will probably remember this, where you just went online and bid like an auction to get a re-roof or to get a new roof. And they cut out the whole human experience when it came to negotiation and pricing and consideration. You literally went onto a bid site
Really?
and you just put your number in. And it told you if you were first, second, or third, and you can keep dropping your price until you were just doing the job for free if you wanted.
Seriously. So you're bidding on a multi-million-dollar roof at Target just by putting bids on a website?
100. They provided the materials. All you had to do was tell them how much you were willing to install the roof for.
That's actually that's humorous. I thought it was pretty funny when I bought a car on the early days of the internet. Here's my credit card. People are building commercial roofs by going and just putting a proposal and saying, here you go.
That's right.
Oh man, that's crazy. Hey, Randy, Hector, what's up with Amory's elevates parent? It raises revenue guidance, but trims EBITDA outlook on oil-driven input inflation. Jimmy.
Elevate's parent company just raised revenue guidance. Oil's driving up their raw material costs. Oil spikes, ModBit follows. I've bid through 3 oil shocks. Never once did the contractor eat it for free. Elevate's already rolling out price increases across the board for the back half. That hits every open bid on my desk. Lock a price today, they raise it in September. I'm the one eating the difference every single time. Buy your ModBet early this year, Hector. Already did. Twice.
More news from the industry. John, what's up with Amory's?
Yeah, it looks like we're heading to, a price increase is what they're saying. The signals are suggesting that. They haven't really named a particular product line of an EPDM or TPO or the mod bit products. I mean, they're definitely throwing up the tread softly warning signals, and I would suspect that we'll be receiving some price increases. But as we learned through COVID and other supply chain disruptions, we have price escalation clauses in all of our proposals these days, and we're prepared if something shifts or changes, and that price increase will it'll fall back onto the buyer, which will drive inflation for the people that consume goods. The biggest expense on a building is a roof, and when people pay a lot for that, they have to get their money somewhere.
Yeah.